Okay, welcome back, Jebel Ali. In this tutorial, we're going to begin creating our icons for our natural disasters app. As you can see, I've got an exemplar here, an example. Now, if you look, I've got a title on my homepage called Natural Disasters, and I've added some icons. Well, I've created these icons actually and added them. I've got a home, a volcanic eruptions, forest fires, droughts, and flooding. And now you can create which icons you want, but we're going to start today on the one we're all going to have is the home icon, which is just here. So whatever page we're on, we click on this icon, it will take us back to the home page, which is this one. So let's go back to where we began. So I've got my page here and it's blank at the moment. I've got not a heading or even an icon. So first thing, I'm going to add my title. So I'm going to click on the text box and I'm going to choose my font color. Now first I need to draw my text box, and then I'm going to, because I've got a black background, I'm going to change my font to red, and I'm going to give myself my font a size. At the moment it's set to Arial and the size is 14. I need to make it quite big, so I'm going to type a number in here. So I'm going to go to about 140. Okay, and that's nice and big. I'm going to change my Arial to Anton, and I'm going to type in natural disasters. So there's my title. Now I'm just going to select that a little bit big, so I'm going to change that to 130, see if that fits nice. A bit big. Let's try again. 120. There you go. And I'm also going to center a line. There's my title. And now I'm going to work on my first icon. Okay, so they're going to go along the bottom here. So we're going to start with the home icon. Now, a good idea here is to zoom in. So I'm going to use my zoom tool and I'm going to zoom to 100. And you can see now I've zoomed right in. I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to put my home icon here. So I'm going to click on the select tool and we're going to be working with different shapes here and join them together to make our icon. So the first thing, I'm going to make the background of the icon. So I'm going to click on the shapes tool here and go to shapes, and I'm going to use the rounded rectangle. So I'm going to draw that on here, get it straight as I can, and then I can move it into position. Just make it a square if I can. So there is my first icon. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how long you've got and how well you're doing. Aim for about 3 or 4 pages to your app. So at the moment, it's got a kind of bluey grey background. We're going to keep that like that at the moment. Next, I'm going to add the roof because this is going to be the home icon. If you remember, my icon looks like this. It's got a green roof with a grey kind of house walls. So let's go for the shapes again. So I'm going to do my roof. So go to shapes and we're going to look at the triangle here. So I'm going to draw a triangle just to the side. Okay, so again, it's the same color, and I'm going to use the fill color and change it to green, and I'm going to have no border color, so I'm going to set that to transparent. So there's my roof, a little bit big, so I'm just going to drag it from the corner and shrink it so it fits nicely in there. So you go, there's my house. I'm just going to put it there for a minute. Next, I want the walls of my house. I'm going back to my shapes, shapes again. This time, I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to draw that underneath the roof of my house. Okay, again, you can zoom in for a better view. So I'm going to zoom right in there. Now, remember, make sure you're on the select, and I'm going to click on my walls, and I'm going to change my line to transparent, and there we go. And next, I'm going to add a door to my house. So we're trying to design an icon that will immediately look like a house, so the person knows how to get back to the home page. So I'm going to click on shapes again, and I'm going to use the rectangle, and I'm going to draw my house, and I'm going to have a red door to my house. So change my rectangle to red, and again I'm going to turn off the line, and I have a red door. If you want to make that a bit wide, you can click once and drag the side handle. There's my door, and the final thing is simply going to be a window. Go to shapes again, draw a rectangle, draw my window. This time I might leave the line, change the fill to a nice blue, and there is my house. Now I'm going to zoom back out again. I'm going to go to 100. Now, as you can see, I've created my house here and I want to put it here. Now I've got several different shapes here, so I want them to move together. So I make sure I've got the select tool and I'm going to lasso my shape like that, so that joins it all together. Okay, and then I'm going to move that onto my square of my app. Can you see it guides you to the center, and there is my house. Now, obviously it's blended with the background, so I'm going to click on my rounded rectangle and I'm going to change my background. I'm going to have a nice yellow so it stands out. So there's my home icon. Now, also I'm going to add some text. So I'm going to go to the text box, which is just here. I'm going to click once, and that's rather large, so not actually, why is that so big? I don't know. Let's just center it, and I'm going to change my text font color to a nice red so it stands out. There you go, it's flashing in the middle, and I'm going to type in home. If your text box is quite big, you can drag the handle and bring it right down like that, and I'm going to put that underneath my home icon. If you want, you can change your font by selecting and maybe make it bold. You could change the font if you want to match your design. So there's my home icon. At the moment, it's all different parts, isn't it? So with this time, I'm going to select everything that I've created, and that will join it all together. And there's one thing you can do here and make it into a single image. If you go to Arrange and then Group, and now you'll see that when I move it now, it moves together. So there is my first icon for my home button. If you want to see it as it would look like in an app, you can click on the zoom button and go to fit, and you'll see that your button's down here. And if you want, you can click on present, and there you have how your app will display. So I'm going to press escape to get out of that. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to design another icon. For instance, we can look at the volcano icon, and we'll see that in the next tutorial. Take care and see you soon.